Greetings everyone, and welcome back to another installment in the iWish series, a series in which I buy questionable tech products from sites such as AliExpress, Wish, and eBay just to see if they're any good. Most of the time they are not, but I like to buy this stuff so you don't have to. However, once again, I've got a product from Happy here, the same people who sold me the classic little brother, the DJ1000, and the unknown Snapdragon phone, and this time they have the absolute cheapest smartphone sold on AliExpress. So yeah, this is from a known and reputable store, so for the asking price of only $40 Australian, how does this phone perform? Well, today we're going to find that out. And usually I say don't buy generic no-name devices, and that still applies with the welcome ones, you know, as I said, the more dodgy ones. This brand I haven't heard of before, but if it turns out to be a decent phone, I will leave a link in the description below if you want to check it out. Also, you folks did donate towards seeing this on my last live stream, so a massive thank you to those folks displayed on screen. I also completely forgot to write down everyone who donated during that stream, and I only have a list from the one before that, so I apologize if your name is not here. Please let me know during the comments if I missed you. Once again, huge apology on my half. It was my birthday stream and everyone was just wishing me happy birthday, and there was just a lot going on, so thank you also to everyone who was on their birthday stream and just wished me a happy birthday. It made my 30th just so much better. So thank you once again. Now the listing is going to be very quick, but before I jump into it, I'll just remind you that there is timestamps in the description as well as the pinned comment, so you can skip to wherever you like in the video. If you want to skip straight to the teardown or the camera test or wherever, then that's absolutely fine and there's no harm doing so. Alright, so the cheapest smartphone on AliExpress is actually a dumb phone that runs Android. So it's a smart dumb phone. Let's take a look at the keyboard smartphone 3.5-inch touchscreen Android 6.0 Cellulare 1GB RAM MTK 6737M quad 4GB ROM Wi-Fi GPS cheap push button mobile phone. That was a mouthful and a half. This is currently selling for $40 Australian with box, in red, with 4 gigs of storage, 1 gig of RAM, and $10 shipping, giving us a total of $50 Australian, and I'll display the usual currency conversion chart on screen so you get an idea of how much this costs. From the title of the listing, we know it's a 3.5-inch touchscreen, we know it's got Android 6.0, 1 gig of RAM, MT6737M, which means we should have 4G, and from the picture, it's kind of like the Sugar phone if it just had a keyboard and some extra buttons added to it. But I've got to say, it does look nice and red though. And I know I said the cheapest smartphone on AliExpress, and while this is partially correct, for only $3 less you can purchase this one, which has 512 megs of RAM, the MT6737, but it actually does show 4G LTE, Android 6, and a 1400 mAh battery. But I'm led to believe that this one does not have a touchscreen, so that's why the one that I've purchased is more of a, smart dumb phone. And the pictures in the listing pretty much just show the phone from all different angles. There's nothing too exciting, but we do have these specifications which say maybe Google Play cannot work, but you can install app without Google Play. This phone is very, very cheap, so please don't install lots of app and pay game for a long time. They just copy and paste the listings, but that's okay. Main features: 3.5-inch touchscreen, 1 gig RAM, 4 gig ROM, Android 6.0. It has dual SIM card slots, 1 micro SIM and 1 mini SIM. The size is 140 by 63 by 10 millimeters. It has dual camera, not dual camera as in dual rear cameras. It has one on the front and one on the back. Supports a micro SD card, has the dedicated SOS button, speed dial, real vibration. So I assume that all welcome devices have fake vibration. That makes sense. It has Wi-Fi hotspot, GPS, camera, torch. We'll test that. Wireless FM radio, don't need earphone. Ooh, that'd be cool. Loudspeaker, Bluetooth, calculator, alarm, calendar, browser, sound recorder, audio player, etc. At least they've left a little bit of a surprise for us. The battery is 2200 mAh, and the networks just say 2G and 3G at very basic bands. But the MT6737 does support 4G, so this has to be a 4G device. It supports a bunch of different languages, and the package includes the phone, battery, charger, and a USB cable. That's all the listing. So we get a rough idea of the specifications and what's going on with this. So here we go, folks. Time to look at the cheapest smartphone on AliExpress, coming in at only $50 Australian. Well, $40 if you don't include shipping. Here it is. This only took, I think, 2 weeks to arrive from China to Australia, so that's not bad at all. Grab this out of... There we... Got it. There was a seal on here, but that seal has been broken. But this is it. This is that 4G LTE device by CTYON. As I said, never heard of CTYON before, but it's like this store just has all these obscure phones that they purchase extremely cheap and then sell them off extremely cheap. If you've heard of the brand CTYON before, please let me know down in the comments, but first time I'm hearing of it. And their logo also is like a Sony Ericsson looking logo there, but alright. Around the box, don't know how to pronounce it properly. Maybe it's CTYON, who knows. On the other side, we do have that marked, which probably means red, I think. All the IMEIs are displayed on screen. Feel free to look these up and tell me where these have been taken from. They probably do correspond with this. I wouldn't doubt it, actually. On the other side, nothing. On the bottom, nothing. And on this side, we do have a website and phone numbers. They have a website. I'm sorry. Their site is still up. And supposedly they are making 5G devices? What? And walkie-talkies and motherboards. So what they're actually selling on their website is a motherboard for a phone that has all the chips on it, but it just needs a display and all that sort of stuff. That's quite interesting. So maybe these guys are responsible for like the DJ1000 and stuff. Opened up a bit of a rabbit hole there. Feel free to look at their website and tell me what you find. Opening up the box, CTYON, doesn't matter. That's the reason why this box is open, is because the seller takes out the packaging and wraps the phone up a little better. That's got some heft to it. We've got a little travel adapter there, the charging brick, which is so small, look at it. It's adorable. It's branded 5 volt at 1 amp, but it also doesn't weigh anything. And we get a micro USB cable as well. The phone itself, this is it. That actually kind of looks pretty sweet. It's got a metal frame. That's why it's hefty. We have the 3.5-inch touchscreen. At the top, we have the earpiece, the front camera, which I think would probably be 2 megapixels, but it could be less, I'm not too sure. Branding, CTYON. We've got call, home button, call end, and some Chinese buttons that I'm not sure what they say. There's a torch icon. I have a feeling that's for the torch, but I guess I'll just press them when the phone's powered on and see what they do. T9 keyboard as well, and all the buttons feel quite nice, quite clicky. So no problems with that. And then around the device, we have some antenna bands. The metal is sort of a little bit sharp there. At least it has a metal frame. Microphone down the bottom there, as well as another antenna band. On the other side, we get the cool sort of power button layout there. So we've got the volume button at the bottom, power button in the middle, and volume up at the top, which is a little bit of a strange layout, but there you go. And that's also a pinkish sort of color there. But the power button sticks out the most, so you shouldn't be accidentally pressing any of the other buttons. At the top, we have a headphone jack, micro USB port, and then going to the back of the phone, we have the rear camera, which we're not too sure what that is as of yet. Probably 5 megapixels as a guess. LED flash, and the speaker grill down the bottom, which is, you know, like a visualization thing going on. But I love the red color. That's so nice. Popping off the back cover though, we have a huge ass speaker and some goop there. That's probably about a 30mm driver that's in there. Also at the bottom of the camera is the SOS button, which kind of reminds me of an S9 sort of looking camera bump just there. And taking the battery out, it's a 2000 milliamp hour battery. It said 2200 milliamp hours on their site. That's okay. All the IMEIs listed there as well. Chinese sticker, the SIM card slots, micro SD card slot, and that's the branded battery there. CTYON CTYON CT06. Alright, well let's load this up with a SIM card. Bit of a strange one, but the first SIM card slot is a mini SIM, then the secondary SIM card slot is micro SIM. So I've got to load it up with a mini SIM. Well, a nano SIM adapted to a mini SIM. Let's pop the back on. That actually doesn't sit too flush. It doesn't click into place. Alright, here we go. The $40 smartphone. Do you have power? Or do we have to charge you? No, you have power. Oh, it's a bit stretched. Kinda. Looking. Yep, alright. Sounded a little futuristic. Kind of. We don't have a setup screen. Okay. No service as of yet. Swipe up to unlock. Swoop. I want to hear that noise again. Oh. That's kind of interesting. So it has the same interface as the Keysa Flip 3, but I can swipe down and see all the shortcuts and stuff. So 3G has kicked in. Cleaner, yeah, which has a fan on it. Fair enough. Dialer, messages, camera, photos, clock, music player, FM radio. I'm sorry, what was this? Familiarity number. How does one now go back? Is it this? Okay, yep. SOS, calculator, notes, calendar, desktop setting, video player, file manager, recording, and all apps. Did you also notice in that list that there's no Google Chrome, there's no YouTube or anything like that, because it's all hidden away in all applications. So if I go ahead and open this up, which at this point in time in filming, I've already done a lot of the review, but I forgot to put this part in earlier. So if I go through all applications, these are all of the applications that are installed on the phone by default. So camera, cleaner, calculator, all that sort of good stuff there. So this is where I'm going to come to. And I've installed my own applications as well, but there's the Play Store there. And do you know what's funny? The Play Store opens and you can download whatever you would like onto this device. So once again in the description saying that Google Play may not work, nope, works completely fine. However, since this is running Android Marshmallow, you're not going to get too far with app compatibility, but you'll still be able to throw some old applications on if you wanted to. But like for the interface for people with accessibility needs and stuff, the icons are big enough for that. The screen being only 3.5 inches, obviously not too much that you can do. Or you can add your own little custom ones here too if you wanted to. That's kind of nifty. Can you actually move these around then? No, you cannot. So swiping down from the top, we have Wi-Fi, mobile data, Bluetooth, ring, auto-rotate, screenshot, flashlight. Oh, let's test the flashlight real quickly. Is that even on? Not the brightest on the block, that's for sure. There's also like a blue little, can you see that blue tint there? Where's that coming from? That's futuristic as well. Oh yeah, keypad lights. They're not the brightest, but they should be fine for the most part. Location, airplane mode, hotspot, and do not disturb. I'll also put the brightness up all the way. There we go. There's the screen. I wouldn't say 320 by 480. I'd say 480 by something. Most likely. If it's more than that, I'll be surprised. Otherwise, we've still got 3G only. Hopefully when I get into settings, I'll be able to see what's going on. Let me just press these buttons at random. What does this do? That's the camera. Then we have this. What do you do? Actually, should I be doing this? Oh, confirm. This is something. It's the music player. Okay, we'll come back to that. This is something. Oh, FM radio shortcut. And then this is the torch, I would say. Oh, yep, there it is, torch. And to clear apps, you hold home. And there you go, you can clean them. And it did say 1 gig of RAM there as well, so that's good. Also adding extra stuff to the menu is just adding contacts, not adding applications to the list. If I go to desktop settings, I have desktop manager. Oh, you can actually sort them. Unlike the case of Flip 3, you could not move these around, so you can move these around if you wanted to. Also, there's a deep button. Deep, what do you do? Please enable the security center first. I'll do that then. SOS settings, we just put your emergency contact in. 01189988199991197253. Did that all work? Yep, should have done. Oh, Jesus Christ is already here. Never mind. Now, if I hold the SOS button on the back, does it call Jesus? Yes, it does. Oh, Jesus Christ. Well, that was appropriate. We also have 4G. 4G just kicked in with HD. So I would say it has VoLTE. I'm pretty sure it does. Let's jump into system settings and take a look. So we have 2.4 gigahertz only. We have the standard Gboard that comes up, which is good. It gives you that option. Or I can use the actual keyboard. No. Okay. How do you even go back? Nope, that's not. How do you backspace? What? No! Fool! What are you doing? There's a ringtone as well. That looks interesting. Okay, well, looks like I'm using the standard Gboard then. Maybe I can bring up some navigation keys or something like that. But yeah, there's no way to backspace. I've tried. Every button. Unless you've got to hold a button and then press another button to backspace, but that's a bit confusing. Further in within settings, we've got turbo download, Bluetooth, SIM cards. So we can go to cellular networks and we have enhanced 4G LTE mode, which should be VoLTE. Preferred networks, Telstra 4G right there. I don't doubt it's 4G at all. Also, just while it's searching, we have glass on the front, metal frame, plastic buttons, plastic back. Not too bad for 40 bucks. The accelerometer works. It's still searching. Take your time. Oh, we're going to have to charge it soon. That's alright. There we go. It just popped up. So that's confirmed. 4G is there. Nice. In more settings, don't have NFC or anything like that. We have care mode, which doesn't appear to do anything. Display, mirror vision, brightness level, wallpapers. What have we got? Oh, we have the red flower thing. Then we have ocean thing. Then we have, I don't know what that's off. I don't remember. Is it Huawei or Oppo or Xiaomi? I'm just going to guess every phone brand until I'm correct. It's one of them. And then we also have spiral sort of thing, and that's it. I'm going to just leave it as this. Also, let me quickly just touch on the performance as well. Just navigating through this, it's fairly fast. It's not too bad. For only 1 GB of RAM, it's pretty responsive so far, but we'll keep going. Changing lock screen. What is this? Open Power Master, increase the charging experience including AD. Unlock pattern, sliding up to unlock, sliding right to unlock. There's some advertisement thing here going on with the power usage, call and Wi-Fi and all that sort of stuff and sliding right to unlock. So I thought that was a little bit strange that that popped up, but this seems to just be an app for the lock screen perhaps that you can likely uninstall. So we just close that and do this. Fixed. No problems. Sound and notifications. Do we have any sound enhancements? Yes, we do. Best audio, best loudness, and best surround. The 3 best things you could ever have. I'll try them out when I get to the speaker test. Is Fluty Phone the default ringtone? No, it's QuickShortcutMaker. Sounds pretty funky. Ooh. Whoa! Okay. Ooh! Old school. Alien phone. I swear to God I hear Super Mario in there. I swear there was a Super Mario sample in there. I will just leave it as the Kiku tone. So while I'm at this point, I'm going to give this thing a call and see how it sounds. Yep. Oh, that's nice. That's nice. Wow. Okay. Just from my quick test, that actually doesn't sound too bad. I'll splice in the call quality here and you can hear it for yourself.
So this is the earpiece quality of the CTYON CT06 and it actually sounds pretty good. It's nice and loud and I have no problems with this. For a cheapo phone like this, it beats pretty much every Wacom device I've ever looked at and it's only 40 bucks Australian. Not bad. And the microphone quality on the CTYON CT06, I know I'm butchering that name every time I say it, but it's the only way I know how to pronounce it. This is the microphone quality, and look, it's definitely more than enough for a basic phone like this.
There you go. Microphone doesn't sound too bad. Earpiece sounds pretty good. Very, very nice and clear for what it is. Also, I just noticed more little sort of scratches in the metal just there. Hey, for 40 bucks, it's not a problem, is it? The application list. Let's show system and go for a very quick scroll through here. So I'm going to see if there's anything. Well, there's black magic. There's bypass settings. Okay. Care mode, which doesn't seem to do anything. MediaTek, so we know it's definitely MediaTek. I wouldn't doubt it's the MT6737, but we'll check when we get to the specs. I'm just trying to see if I see an Android thing, hardware info as well. We can check that. It'd be hilarious if it's actually Oreo on this, but it could be Android 6 with a very heavy skin on it. Marshmallow? No, it's Marshmallow. Interesting. Right eye, me eye. Wallpaper pack. Okay, so it is Marshmallow with a skin on top. That was correct in the listing as well. I'll go to QuickShortcutMaker and open a couple of those and see what they do. Storage, we have the 4 gig used of 8 gigabytes, which actually means that we have 4 gigabytes to play around with, not 4 gigabytes of internal storage with half of that taken up with the Android system. It's 8 gig that's taken up with the Android system and all the other stuff. That makes sense. Battery? Display battery information. Okay, that doesn't work. Battery details. Oh, approximately an hour and 27 minutes left. Don't worry, I'll do a battery test on this and see how it goes. Battery consumption details. Oh, I can open stuff. Android system's taking up the most. And I can say it is a hot day in Australia today and the phone is heating up quite considerably. So that's probably not helping it out. Battery optimize. You can do one applications to wake up frequently. For rest applications may push delay. Alrighty. Smart power saving, adapt the CPU and GPU according to the usage. It's MediaTek. Good luck doing that. I'm tapping on the screen right because I couldn't see. It's because the viewing angle on the LCD is just a little bit off from the angle that I have it at. So if I look at it right there, I can see the little arrows for like battery details and stuff. But if I go like this, I can't see them. If I look close enough, I can just see the little outlines, but that's why I couldn't tell the battery percentage. But like left and right viewing angles aren't too bad. It's just sort of tilting it ever so slightly is not the best. Once again, going up for a close-up of the display, it's not exactly the clearest, but it doesn't look terrible. If you just kind of press on the glass a little bit, you can make the LCD sort of bounce around. Granted, I'm giving it a bit of a push, but even with just light taps, you'll see the LCD, you know, just dance the way it does there. Shouldn't be much of a problem though. Sorry for the random jump cut, but I've already done the battery test and charging test and all that sort of stuff. Now we've got approximately 4 days left instead of the hour and however many odd minutes it had left. So I reckon battery wise, you should be able to get a day's usage out of this, no problems at all. On standby, it lasted a couple of days. When I'd done the camera test, it did drop down quite considerably. So heavy tasks on this are going to eat that battery. And considering it's from 2017 as well, likely has degraded over time. Memory is 1 gigabyte with 512 meg used. Okay, so that skin's probably taken up a bit of the resources on it, but it's still pretty snappy for what it is. Permission management, forbade 22 apps, protected apps and ignored apps. I guess we'll leave that as is. SOS, we've already looked at that. Location, we can leave that. Security, what have we got for security? Swipe pattern, pin and password is what we have. Accounts, I will sign into my Gmail while I'm here. Language and input, can I actually have any on-screen buttons or anything? It doesn't look like it. I've come back to this a few times to try and work out how to get the keyboard working properly, and I kind of can't get it to work correctly. It only works properly for inputting numbers. If you're trying to do text, nothing seems to work. Even holding star and pound or hash to try and change them, it just doesn't seem to work. So every time I want to type something in, it only will come up as numbers. So if I hold this, it doesn't do it. If I hold this, it doesn't do it. If I press it, it doesn't do it. If I hold 4, it doesn't work. And the issue persists with actually using backspace. That doesn't work with any of these keys. You've got to use the on-screen backspace to get rid of all of that. Because home and call end will just exit, call will open up call, and the others will open up shortcuts. It's a bit of a weird thing, but I guess that does make it easy for making calls for people with accessibility needs, so it's altogether not that bad. Plus for me personally, I'd be wanting to use the touchscreen more anyways, because I'm just used to it now. But yeah, I've tried several ways to try and configure this keyboard and can't do it for the life of me. Google Cloud Service. Its own dedicated cloud service? This client uses completely free. This software may access network. Who is this by? Cloud360shuji.com. So it's probably just an app that CTYON has thrown on here and said, cloud. Probably uninstall that if you want to. Backup a reset date and time schedule, power on and off. Accessibility, can we do any navigation things? Oh no, because we're on Marshmallow, I've just forgot. Is Talkback here? Talkback's not here. Once again, cloud service is there though. And about phone, here we go. So it's the CT06 on Android 6. Let's do the Easter egg real quick. There it is. Marshmallow. Watch me die in 3, 2, 1, here I go. Oh. Okay. This never happens. Okay, spoke too soon. Got 2, not bad. The UI version is 1.0. Security patch level, however, is from July 5th, 2017. It's almost 6 years out of date. But for a $40 phone, I can't expect terribly much. GSM baseband, CDMA baseband, IMEI 1, IMEI 2, feel free to look them up once again if you want to. Kernel version, build number, and hardware version. I'll just enable developer options just in case. Unfortunately, we don't have a unique serial number. We have 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, A, B, C, D, F that we've usually seen on Wacom devices before. There is also no system updates either. I thought there may have been an option for it, but no, there's not. So if I just touch on the time widget just there, shows alarm, world time, stopwatch and timer. Contacts is just going to show your contacts. Cleaner. Oh, the fan, oh, wee. 248 megs of memory cleaned. I'm going to do that again. That's a fun animation. I like that. Where'd you go? That was fun. Ooh, 8 megs of memory. Messages. Welcome to use the address book application. So it's not standard messages. It's slightly different, is it? Yeah, it is. Next we have camera. There we go. Do we have autofocus? Well, manual focus. Just sort of jumps a little bit though, but that's okay. Oh, there's a beauty mode as well. There's also HDR. Let's go to settings. Watermark, time-lapse, and gesture picture. Also the whole watermark thing, you can have bootleg Winnie the Pooh down there. Is that even bootleg Winnie the Pooh? I don't even know what that is. You can have ghost face there, and when you take a photo, that will be there. You can have all of these messages and the timestamps, and I wait for you. Okay, that's good. I'm glad you wait for me. There's this one that says I am disappointed. You'll see that in the camera test. There's quite a few on here, especially this one too. There's just these 2 blokes down the bottom saying stop right there, and I took a selfie with these 2 blokes, so that'll be fun to show you all. Go to settings. 5 megapixels. Alright. You can actually change the bitrate for videos. That's a first on a cheapo device, I've got to say that. The front camera, does this have any focus? It knows how old I am. It's off by 2 years. It says I'm a male and I'm 20. Oh, I've just aged a bit. Yep, I'm 29. That's correct. I'm 30. Video 480p on the front camera. Can I change that though? No, I cannot. Wait, it's got a 13 megapixel rear camera? Holy moly. Wasn't expecting that. 13 megapixels. This completely just went over my head. 13 megapixels for the front camera and 5 megapixels for the rear camera? That doesn't make a whole lot of sense, but let's just go along with that for now and just agree with that. And when we do the camera test, we'll see if that's actually correct or not. 720p on the rear camera. Okay. So it doesn't look like there's any autofocus recording videos. It's probably just during the photos, but I'm going to go ahead and do the camera test with this. So I'll splice in the photos and videos that I take with this device and continue on with this review of the $40 smartphone. Just in the rear camera quality of the CTYON CT06. I'm holding the phone sideways because I just thought that might provide a better viewing experience instead of having it in portrait mode. So if I go straight down to the froggos, did it focus? I'm not too sure if it's focusing or not. It doesn't look like it's doing terribly much. $40, it takes video. That's pretty much it, isn't it? I don't know if it's focusing or not. I can't tell. And if I touch the screen, I can't manual focus. So it's just as it is. The three Muppets down here, how are they doing? You haven't seen these in quite a long time. Bootleg Mickey Mouse is losing more paint each time I come out here. And if we go for a bit of a walkabout, it's fairly stabilized. Like if I move it around, the brick wall, right on sort of sunset. Where are the bolts? There they are. I've forgotten where they are. I haven't been out here doing a video test in quite a long time. And down to Mick. He's looking happy. And so is Stuart. He's holding together. Maggie the magpie there. Cato the cat. I think that'll be its official name. Cato the cat. Lemon tree with a green lemon on it. Look, it's green. Do we have any yellow ones? No. Look, there's another one here. Hello. And the faraway aircon, oh my god, you can't even see it now. Oh yes you can, there you go. Whoop. 4x digital zoom right there, and you cannot see breeze air on it. As far as I can tell with the viewing angles on the display outside, it's not too good outside, but inside it's pretty good. But hey, once again, for $40 and a dog barking, it's not too bad. It will definitely do. So, that's Ripley in my laundry sink. She likes to sit here all the time. I haven't opened the door yet because it's very, very hot, but she doesn't seem to mind. She'll just sit there and, oh look, there's a spider, look at him. There's a friend. He's always there actually. Hey buddy, how you doing? Hey buddy. Can I say hi to your spider? Go on, say hi to him. Yeah, come on. Hey, John. I go, hello friend. No, don't boop him. You've lost him. Now he's gone. Well done, silly. This is what the quality of the camera looks like with the blue LED going on with... okay, hang on, let me just see if that's... yeah, how? Alright. No focusing or anything like that. It looks pretty bad. It kind of works. It'll do. If you go up nice and close, there you go. Ever seen a blue lemon? You're welcome. Just in the front camera quality of the CTYON CT06, I think is the name of it. This is what the front camera looks like. No jelly movement. It's a bit shaky, so there's probably no EIS on it. But hey, for 40 bucks, it's good. Can I zoom in? Oh my god, I can zoom in. Hello, how you doing? You've just seen the photos and videos that I took with this device. Yeah, I played around with the watermarks and stuff like that, or thought it was quite funny. And surprisingly, the front camera actually does take 13 megapixel shots, which I was honestly quite surprised with. 13 megapixel on the front and 5 megapixel on the rear. You know what? It's not too bad. No autofocus, but it's not bad. The rear camera, on the other hand, certainly does lack. It's not bad, but I think I have seen some better pictures from Wacom devices. I'll just be fairly honest with that one. I also decided to use open camera and try to push for 1080p on the rear camera, but that did not work. I did take some photos with open camera as well to see if I could push for a little bit more quality, but that was to no avail as well. 720p, 5 megapixels, 13 megapixels, 480p. This could be interpolating up to 13 megapixels. I'm not entirely sure, but the photos do look pretty clear from the front camera compared to the rear camera. Also, the viewing angles I did find to be a little bit terrible when taking this outside and trying to take photos and stuff, but I managed. And also there's Ripley too. The blue tint on the LED still gets me. So when I tear this down, I really want to have a look at that LED flash to see if there's like a blue sticker over it or something like that, because it's bugging me. I don't know why it's blue. Why is it blue? Why are you blue? And I accidentally locked it. You know, you'll be moving the phone around sort of thing and you'll accidentally lock it. It just happens. When I was stuffing around with the phone and stuff, I decided to just press all of the keys on the keypad. And eventually, I don't know if it'll do it or not now, it triggered the power menu to come up. Let's see if it does work again. There you go. So just pressing the keys just all at the same time does that. But if you sit here and press every single one of the keys, nothing will happen. None of them do anything. But if you mash them, it does something. Thought that was another fun thing to point out. So let's just open up the applications that are in this menu, and then I'll go into all apps to complete further testing. Music player, BFG division time, which, yeah, the music player is this music player. It's not just default music. Pause by plugging out the earphone on. Shake to switch songs. Oh, let's try that. Hey, it worked. Kinda works. Alright, so with only best loudness on, let's try BFG division. Holy moly! Holy moly! Holy moly! Jesus! What? Sorry. What'd you say? Oh, nothing. It's alright. My CTYON was just blasting my eardrums out. That's a loud speaker. While not quite as loud and punchy as the DJ1000, man, it comes pretty close. And if someone's hard of hearing and they have the phone in, you know, the other side of the house, they're going to hear this thing ringing. Well, I hope so, anyways. Let me turn best loudness on and see what it sounds like now. Yeah, that makes a difference. It's got a bit more definition now, but it's a little softer. Now, since that acoustic thing decided to eat my previous pair of headphones that I have now got myself some deadmau5 Solar Republic headphones that I got for $5 at an op shop. At least these are going to be a little bit higher quality than the Beats knockoffs, but I just want to see how this sounds with the enhancements on. So let me put best surround on, and I'll just put best Audin and best loudness on. Let me blow my eardrums out. Surround doesn't really seem to work too much. Makes it seem just a little bit more sort of centered, to be honest. Without surround, it seems more vibrant. Turning the audio enhancer off, I get a shitload of bass. And best loudness only works for the speaker, so that's about right. Buttons also work as well. So there you go, that's the speaker quality on this thing. Honestly, pretty happy with that. There's an option there. You could use this as a dedicated audio player if you wanted to. Chuck a 64 gig micro SD card in, you've got a headphone jack, off you go. But let's continue with using the speaker because we've got FM radio, which...
Why are they bigger? They should be so much bigger. They will be. Yeah, they will be. 100%.
Okay. I'm pretty sure the OnePlus 11 that I'm reviewing at the moment doesn't even have an FM radio. So, well done to you, CTYON. Familiarity number I've already been into, just add a contact as a shortcut there. SOS we've already done. Calculator looks like the standard Android 6 calculator. Notes is just notes where I tried stuffing around with the keyboard and couldn't work that out. Calendar looks like not the stock calendar. Calendar can be used after you agreed to the user agreement and the privacy policy. During using connections to the network, contact getting account are needed. Do you agree? Guess I'm agreeing to that then. Is this not stock? No, it's not stock. Why would they replace the calendar? That's a bit strange. Okie dokie. Desktop setting we've already been into, but we have video player, which requires the following permissions during use. Okay, no worries. Oh, it's another one of these applications. I just tried one of the 4K videos that I've got on my micro SD card, and it says, sorry, this video cannot be played. Try this one, sorry, this video cannot be played. Probably a codec issue, or it can't support 4K, but considering this is a low resolution display, I wouldn't expect it to look good anyways. We'll wait till the YouTube test to play Costa Rica and see what resolution we can bump that to. File Manager looks a little something like this. Because I've already installed applications already, since I've got old versions of APKs on my SD card, when I was actually installing them, I'll show you what comes up. For example, CPU-Z. I open this up and it comes up with Source File Manager with a scanning radar thing, has passed security check, auto start, send notification, and other rights. What rights do I have? Oh, there's no rights there. Okay, well then I'm pretty good with that. So that's what installing APKs looks like. It sort of reminds me of the whole app checking thing that's on Xiaomi devices, but it's just kind of this janky sort of looking version. I'm pretty sure it's not actually scanning for anything. It's probably just there to look fancy, but hey, it's there. Since this file manager is also a custom one like the calendar and music player and all that sort of stuff, probably made all by the same company. I have dumped the system files, so feel free to browse through them and see what goodies you find as well. We have recording, which looks a little something like this. I'll record a quick sample and I'll play it back for you. This is the microphone quality of the CTYON CT06. You've already heard the microphone quality in the camera test, and actually it's not too bad to be honest, and it is quite clear for what it is. When I done the call quality, it sounded perfectly fine, so yeah, for this cheapo phone, it'll be perfectly fine. Can't complain with that, and then record in AAC as well, or ARC format. Finally, coming into all applications, this is the home stretch of testing out everything on this device. So dialer, messages, contacts, SOS, all that sort of stuff. Cleaner we can open. There you go, that doesn't do anything. I've tried to open care mode again, and care mode just closes. So I'll try and open it from QuickShortcutMaker and see if that does anything. We can do the browser test real quickly, which Google Chrome's on here, and sure enough, we can go to, well, obviously we can't use the keyboard, but we can type in CTYON CT06. As you can see, there's not a lot of results for it. There is a specification, a firmware flash, a Taobao listing, and that's pretty much it when it comes to looking this phone up. So once I've published this review, if you Google CTYON CT06, I'm pretty sure my video will be right here. So the screen is TFT. That explains the viewing angles. 2000 mAh battery, which is correct. CPU and all that's correct. Does this say the bands list actually? I wonder. It doesn't say 4G there, but we've clearly got 4G. Just doing quick browsing. It's not the fastest, that's for sure, but it works. If you need a browser, it works. It's Chrome. It will do. Why is there an ad for Shaver Shop that's come up the top there? That's okay. But yeah, if you got this just to quickly go on the web, browse, send something to your family members or whatever, you can do that. So what do we have left then? YouTube test, gaming test, checking the specs, and QuickShortcutMaker. So I think we'll do the YouTube test. Permission, YouTube, attempt to record sound. Deny. Deny? That's never happened before. Currently it's on like 144p. Let's help it out a little bit. Yeah, it's on 144p. I know the chipset in this is capable, and when I say capable, I mean it's better than an MT6580. So I'm gonna just see 1080p 60 FPS. I know that the screen resolution is not 1080p. Let's just see how it performs. 1080p 60 FPS, not an issue. Buttery smooth. And like looking at the display close up, you can count the pixels. Yes, that's a thing, But it doesn't look too bad though. That's very surprising. 1080p 60 FPS on this, not an issue. With the YouTube test being as successful as it was, I'm going to go with the assumption that Grand Theft Auto 3 is going to run perfectly fine. I did try to put San Andreas on here, but it kept crashing, so I just stuck with GTA 3 because I know that should work. With it all up to the maximum settings, let's give Grand Theft Auto 3 a go on this. I'm also wondering if the keys will actually work. So... oh, I didn't see Banshee. That breaks tradition. 6, 3. Oh, yep, there we go. Hey, that works. Yep. Oh, that's because that... okay. You can use a combination of the screen and the keys. You can actually play GTA 3 quite reasonably on this. And GTA 3 also runs perfectly fine as well, by the way, so... oh, I didn't flip the car. I need to flip the car. Also, I've never been down this way during the gaming test before. Let's run the car off this pier. Because I haven't done this. But it's super smooth. Too bad it didn't have 2 gigs of RAM because I could have tried some more intensive stuff, but we're very limited with the 1 gigs of RAM, but that's perfectly playable. It's just fascinating that you can use the keys and touchscreen for this to all work. I'm pretty sure the Unihertz Titan didn't work that way. The keys to flip, I think, worked partially, but this seems to work a lot better. So, well done, CTYON. Now it is time to check the specs of this. So, device info hardware. CTYON CT06 480 by 320 MT6735. It should be MT6737. We'll check anyways when I tear it apart. All that sort of good stuff. 1 gig of DDR3 1600, 8 gigabytes of flash. MT6737 quad core processor. That's correct. It should be the... oh, yeah, it's the Mali T720, not the Mali 400MP, which is a pile of crap. System, Marshmallow, that's all confirmed there. The serial number, all that stuff. Screen, yeah, 480 by 320 with 159 pixels per inch. Multi-touch, what have we got? 2-point multi-touch. Nothing special, but that's okay. We've got the 5 megapixels and 13 megapixels. That's correct then. Also, another thing with the rear camera, I'm pretty sure autofocus doesn't work. It just seems to look like it's working. It's probably very, very minimal. Battery comes up as 1950 mAh for the power profile. Fair enough. Thermal, it did get a little warm during testing. Sensors, accelerometer, light and proximity sensor. And we'll open CPU system info just to double check everything real quickly. I'm pretty sure all the specs are confirmed. Marshmallow, MT6735, memory 8 gig, 1 gig, battery, yes, 13 megapixel and 5 megapixels. So all the specs are confirmed then. Now it's time to open QuickShortcutMaker and play around with some stuff. Bypass settings. USB bypass setting, what are you? Oh, okay. Well, that's USB bypass settings, not that you can actually see what's on the screen, because I've got to tilt it properly. The calendar's made by Kiku, so Kiku's responsible for the custom stuff. Oh, Care Mode's the launcher! Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Care Mode's the launcher. Can we change the launcher on this then? I wonder. Cloud service is by Kiku. Is that how you even pronounce it? Kiku for the file manager as well. Hardware info? Well, it says HVGA there, so that's half of VGA would be the display resolution. Would I be correct in that? In-call UI. Oh, the dialer is actually Kiku as well. MMI test. What do you do? Ah, testing stuff. Function keyboard, music keyboard shortcuts, MP3 play, gravity sensors, sub camera, all that stuff there. Storage information. Camera zoom stress test. Okay, well, off you go. It's all stress tests. Video play? Maybe it's got a video. Oh! Hello! Ooh. They're not using this phone, which is kind of a bit strange. This will be in the system files. Feel free to do what you want with it. How do I exit? Help. Help. Help me. Okay, got it. Okay, so that happened. Power Master. That's the thing you probably don't want to have on because it creates a whole bunch of ads. Every application seems to be Kiku. Don't know what that says, but okie dokie. Save Power Manager. Yeah, that's part of settings then. Do we have normal settings? No, okay, that's just still the same thing. Startup Wizard, which actually didn't come up. Sorry, you cannot launch this activity from this app. That means it's broken. Oh, well this didn't pop up. At least it says welcome. We got to see welcome. Quickly register 360 account. No thank you. Bingo. Powered by 360 OS. Start curious journey. CTYON has their own OS. There's all the Easter eggs found in System UI, which is all normal. Wallpaper pack. Oh, switch theme. Is there themes? Aww. That's sad. Theme manager. Ooh. What's diaring? Oh, DIY ring. Okay, never mind. Sorry. System wallpapers. Oh, thought I'd found something really exciting then. Sad there's no themes though. That would have been really cool. Right, IMEI? I guess I probably don't want to do this. Does it open? There you go. Just before I finish off with QuickShortcutMaker and jump into the conclusion, I want to see what the audio test is. Oh, here we go. Let's do the speaker test then. I was hoping something would happen. It's doing something, but I'm not too sure what it does. You'll have to comb through the system files and see if there's actually an audio file that does test that. That is everything that I need to show, test, demonstrate on the $40 CTYON CT06 for $55 delivered to my door. This thing has 4G, it can make phone calls, it connects to Wi-Fi, it can play games, it has a physical keyboard, not that that's super useful, YouTube works fairly fine, battery life is so-so, speaker quality is good, it's got a headphone jack, it's got a metal frame, it's in red, 13 megapixel front camera is not too bad, 5 megapixel rear camera is not the best, but it will do. Yes, it does have some of those custom applications taking over calendar and the music player and stuff that are in Chinese. However, if you're in the know-how, just uninstall them and put your own stuff on here. That shouldn't be a problem, and the only time that I had that advertising thing pop up is if you put the power manager thing on for the home screen. If you switch that off, it's not going to pop up. And maybe even put a different launcher on this, so then you don't have this launcher. That would also work as well. I think for someone who wants a cheapo device to play around with, or just, you know, give it to someone who's not really going to care too much, I think this will be perfectly fine. I mean, I've had fun playing around with this thing and trying to work this thing out. While it is definitely far from perfect, this is the cheapest smartphone on AliExpress that has a touchscreen, made by a company called CTYON. And if you've got a spare $55 laying around, maybe take a look at this one and see what you can do with it. The link is in the description below if you want to take a look at this. It's not an affiliate link or anything like that, so don't stress. But if you want to check it out, feel free. Not a bad device at all. So well done, CTYON. You've put up a good fight. You've tried your best. Now I'm going to take you apart to have a look at your guts. That was a very depressing power off tone. Let's pull you apart, buddy, and hope you survive. Did you even notice? I haven't been wearing a band-aid on this thumb because I've actually been using my thumb now to pull things apart and stuff. And with the band-aid on, it kind of covers that. So I just kind of decided to leave it off because look, you know, I can do this. Couldn't do that beforehand, could I? I know I said I'll stick to dual-wielding band-aids, but I think it's okay if I just leave one on for a few videos and then go back to two. It's just temporary. I didn't notice the spray painted red on the back cover. I'm pretty sure you can't even get one of those Opal flip devices, one of these ones that I've got to actually review, which is another accessible device for less than $100. If your grandparents need a phone, you know they shouldn't care too much about this, might be for them, but it doesn't have a dock, so they're going to have to use the micro USB cable at the top. But hey, it's got a big spurker. Bless the DJ1000 phone. Still one of the best devices in existence. But I think out of every iWish episode that I've done, which I'm actually thinking of renaming to Cheapo Express, because I'm only buying off AliExpress now, I figured that calling it Cheapo Express might be a little better instead of iWish. Feel free to let me know down in the comments if I should change it to Cheapo Express or leave it as iWish. Realistically, I'm never going to buy off Wish again. First thing to come off is the big spurker, which that's soldered on to the main board there, so I can't go too much further with this one. If I pop this off though, we get our look at everything that's going on inside of this. So we've got the SOS button, there's the touch ribbon out of the way, the LCD flex, the buttons all come off separate. I thought they all might have been part of one thing, but they're not. The LED is clear there, and it's a big LED there. So why is it blue? So the rear 5 megapixel camera, does it actually say 5 megapixels on it? I mean, it says 500 FF. That could mean 500 fixed focus. If you put two and two together, I'm pretty sure that's what it means. Likely no autofocus, which is unfortunate, and it's got the LED flash just built onto the little flex ribbon. It's kind of cute. So I kind of needed to remove this because the buttons were kind of getting a little bit stuck. Oh, dang. Yeah, I broke it. I was using my plastic tool to go underneath this and I ripped the flex ribbon. Maybe I've destroyed the keyboard assembly, I don't know. This camera, does that say anything on it that could be useful? R1739. Kind of severed this, which I have a feeling is just the keyboard, so it should still all work fine. There's also a little identifying mark. There's a side key there as well. Some USB stuff, all sorts of things happening on this motherboard. Well, I guess what we want to find out is underneath this, isn't it? If I check... Oh, no, that's for the speaker. Oh, dang. What if we just pretend that didn't happen then? It's alright, I got the headphone jack. That still works, I think. Oh, yeah, I just completely ripped that. Yep, that's fine. That doesn't matter. That just wasn't happening. There's just so much adhesive going on, so that doesn't matter now. It was a good phone while it lasted. Well, the top half will work. Just the bottom half now will not work at all. All in the name of science, though, okay? So popping off the keyboard, there it is there. I can be a bit reckless with this now because, well, I've kind of killed it. There it is. That's the part I killed. I'll just put that with the rest of the parts. I don't think I've killed anything else, but I've just realized another issue. That issue is the shielding. We kind of know the specifications. It's not really a complete review unless I pull the shielding off. Well, there's the metal frame. There's no sensors in the front there. I thought there was. Okay, I'm at a point of no return. I don't think this is going to work at all. I have damaged this thing enough. At least if I purchase another one, I'll have another screen. That's a positive. Look, if I didn't kill the bottom of it, I would have said, okay, well, you know, let's keep it alive, but I don't think it's going to happen. There is the MediaTek MT6737V. That's all confirmed. And we have a Samsung module that I have pretty much wrecked. So that is that there. Oh, there's a whole bunch of other chips on the motherboard there too. So feel free to pause and have a look at them if you want to. But that's the teardown of this device. I'll just put that back into place like so. That's not an issue. Perfect. I don't know about you, but that looks pretty factory to me. I'll just sort of do a little something like this and that button still functions, not a problem. As much as I like this phone, it's not going to warrant me to buy another one, but still, you know, I don't like to kill devices. It's just someone needed to do this. With me killing this device, it's equivalent of what Zach did when he pulled apart the Honor Magic. You can hear the moment when he slices through the flexible OLED, he just goes like that moment of, God damn it, I was so close to pulling this apart in one piece and I failed. And that's kind of the same feeling I feel. So I get you, Zach. I get you, man. Now, all we've got to do now is just push everything back down into place and it should be okay. All right, hands up. Who thinks this will still work and who thinks this won't work? I'll give you a moment to pause. It hasn't caught on fire. That's a surprise. Here we go. Does it still work? Nah, it's dead. Nah. It's dead. Maybe I killed the power button or something. Nah, I killed it. Maybe I didn't kill it. Hold up. I've just put the LCD cable in a little bit more tighter. Just see if this works. No, he's dead. Fella's dead. Fella's not dead. Okie dokie. That makes sense. Well, while it boots up, I'll just display the specifications to the right there. I thought I may have definitely killed it because I was really rough taking the shielding off. Well, not that I even did. I didn't even kill the touchscreen. I've just realized now as well, I can't go back. I can't use home to go back or anything. I was about to say I could use this as an audio player, but I have a feeling I don't really want to due to slight cosmetic damage. It even still charges as well, so I'm pretty happy with that. Sad it didn't quite live on, but I tried my best. I'll just slap that back on. You can kind of pop back on. Let's just double check. Oh, dead again. It was alive. And now it's dead again. Now that I've put it all back together, it's dead again, unfortunately. Probably something to do with the shielding. I tried my hardest to keep this thing alive. It is unfortunate, but it is what it is. Alrighty, well that is the complete review, teardown, and everything of the CTYON CT06. Sadly didn't survive, but I tried. I would have liked for it to have survived, but it is what it is at the end of the day. But hey, if you made it to the end of this video, that means you got a kick out of watching this thing and all the fun things it could do. So thank you very much if you made it to the end. But if you had to use the timestamps, that's all good. That's why they're there. That's why I integrate them, so you can skip along past all the bits and pieces you don't want to see, or if I ramble on too much, that's completely understandable. A massive thank you to all the folks displayed on screen for donating to see this, as well as donating to see other stuff that I will be purchasing off AliExpress very soon. If your name is not in this list, I do apologize. As I said, I didn't write down the stuff on my birthday stream, only the one before that. So if your name is not here, feel free to let me know in the comments and I'll make sure to add it in to the next video. But I am planning to purchase an S23 Ultra clone, so I'll be on the lookout for one of those. System files are down in the description, feel free to go through them, and feel free to let me know if you might be interested in taking a look at this device and your opinions about it. So, a successful iWish item. Not bad. Pretty happy with that. Sad it didn't survive though. Also let me know if I should rename iWish to Cheapo Express, and I'll do that as well. Thank you so much for watching this video. I really do appreciate it. I hope you had a kick out of this one. The cheapest smartphone on AliExpress, right here for you all. And as always, please take care, stay safe, be good people, and I'll see you all in the next video, which is going to be a big, huge, massive review of the OnePlus 11 that I'm working through. It's gonna take me a long time, but I'm hoping to get it out by the end of February. Might post something else in the meantime, but that may be very unlikely. I'll see how I go, though. Anyways, folks, I'm gonna leave it here. I've got things to do, like be a little sad that I destroyed this. It was all in the name of science, okay? No one else was gonna do it, I had to do it. Alright, everyone, until the next one, please take care, and I'll see you all then. If you like this content, feel free to leave a like or a dislike if you didn't. Thanks heaps for watching, and I'll catch you all in the next video.